live, and I think it's already on public. Right, people are already in chat. Oh, there we go. Wow, that was quick today, YouTube. Gosh,
Wow.
dang, that was instantly. I didn't even get to yeet out the tweeters.
The YouTubes have been upgraded.
I guess so. Hello, everybody. People have already been lurking in chat. They've just been hanging out.
Hello.
How is everybody doing? I didn't expect YouTube to be so fast, so I'm in the middle of writing that tweet. I'm trying to get your tag in here, but this Twitter thing is working against me.
Remember, I'm Cyborg Mark on Twitter.
I know. But it just did not want to do the thing. There we go, post. Get good metal. I'll try, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But yeah, hello everybody. As you can see from the title, we have like a whole mishmash of things going on today. Because Mark was busy in the editing dungeons for Mauler, and I was busy streaming Stellar Blade all week, basically, except one day. So you can look forward to that next week. That's gonna be the big old Stellar Blade Forge. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Got a whole bunch of peeps on. This should be fun in the bum. I'm gonna click this here, and now everything should be as it should be. No, YouTube,
An
I don't
international
wanna...
cast. We're gonna have a German, a Filipino man, and 2 Canadians.
Yes. I already told people on my streams I'm gonna be having the Weekend Warrior and Dev are gonna be on. It's still a maybe from Mauler, but I don't think he's gonna be finishing that game this week.
Honestly, it's not too long. Like I'm past the point of no return
Well,
already.
I know
I think...
Mauler plays the games like I do, so he's probably want to be very thorough.
So yeah, he's gonna side quest like crazy.
I'm at the point of no return. Like my next stream is gonna be the last one of my first playthrough, which will be the 6th stream, and my shortest stream was 5 or 6 hours long. So I've been doing a lot of things. I caught all the fish yesterday on stream.
Yeah, the fishing side quest is one of the ones I just didn't do because I was not really very good at the fishing, but I'll probably give it a shot in New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Because I also like at the point that it presented me with the point of no return, I was kind of just like, well, okay, maybe I should just finish this normal mode playthrough and then give the hard mode a shot and see what that's like, just so we can talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, I was very thorough in my first playthrough. Probably gonna do tomorrow after work. I'm gonna get the rest of those cans. I think I have like 12 or 13 left to collect.
Yeah, X-Ray Girl's brother found them all.
Nice. I'll probably just use a list. I need to finish my first playthrough so I can start a hard mode playthrough. Because I definitely want to check that out before the Forge. Because I feel like that's where I'm gonna have the most fun with the bosses. For sure.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like, I think a lot of the boss design's pretty good. It's just they do go down pretty quick and they don't hit very hard.
Yeah, as I said on my streams where it's like, oh right, I'm in the alarm at the phase. It's like, okay, I'll try to understand what the boss does, and he died. It's like, oh, whoops.
Some of them are a little trickier than others. Like I had a little bit of trouble yesterday with the one that. Oh wait, have you entered the end game section at all?
No. I haven't gone there yet.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
I've had an optional one that was really liked. It was on a rooftop in the wastelands. It was a big old electric boy.
I fought that one.
He was like that one. He had a cool moveset. I enjoyed that. It was nice.
That was the episode. Wasn't that the boss from the end of the demo?
Yes, but
like a bigger version of him?
No, the demo one was the one with the chainsaw head. The one on top of the roof was with the double sword thingies.
I swear it had like the lightning attacks. Though,
yeah,
right?
it's another main boss. It's like a harder version of a main boss.
Is it the challenge boss in the demo then? Because I feel like I definitely I avoided those electric attacks. While
yeah,
sure.
Right. I forgot about the challenge boss. I think that was the one. Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're correct on that.
It's a good game though. Like it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I like it a whole lot.
I'm not crazy about some of the little things. Like it almost seems like it has the Dark Souls 2 movement of like making specific movements is really
Oh
difficult.
yeah.
It kind of it kind of just wants to spin you around in very large circles and
Oh, it was the boss at the end of
uh
the demo. Okay, I was wrong. My bad. There you go.
yeah, I could have sworn I'd fought that thing before, but this one was like a more intense version of it, and it was a good fight.
Yeah, I flamed it up in my brain juices, as I do.
Yeah, it's the combat in this game is very engaging though.
Yeah.
You're very overpowered, but it's also a lot of fun to play. So there's there's kind of that balance of, well, it's skill based enough that I do have to like time parries and dodges and everything, so it's not just on autopilot, but like once you start utilizing your tool set in that game, you just do an unbelievable amount of damage.
Yeah, that's a couple of things that deal a lot of damage. And then there's these stupid turret heads. I fucking hate those guys.
Oh god, yeah, those are the worst.
Oh, it's so annoying. And then there's like 2 or 3 of them, and they just start shooting, and you just want to die, and then you do. But yeah, as you can already tell, we have lots of things to talk about with that game. It doesn't even include the whole controversy thing going on. I'm actually looking forward to that part of the conversation because I think we have 3 different viewpoints of that whole thing coming up. So I think it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, devs on team. There's no censorship happening, which I think it'll be interesting to. I think it'll be interesting to have people from different perspectives talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's even more like on the side. It's the reverse. Like people saying it should be going back a censorship. I'm not convinced it's censorship. I don't think it all lines up, and I think your team it is censorship, right?
Well, I mean,
I don't want to go too deep into it. I'm just trying to see what the standpoints are because we haven't really talked about it because you were busy all week.
So yeah, so like the more I suppose the more I guess what would be the word, nuanced way of explaining my perspective is I'm on team something doesn't smell right about that whole deal. And especially when the blood stuff was coming up and like the blood decals were on, I've heard that's an issue of the settings.
That's performance and quality mode, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I've also not seen like videos of saying, yeah, no, this is the game on quality mode. All the blood splatters are still there. Like,
well, it's good you mentioned that. I'm gonna do that actually.
Yeah, I really don't want to play this game at 30 FPS though. Like that's actually what stopped me from doing it. I mean maybe I'll do like one new game plus boss like that so I can see like test it.
Yeah,
but
performance mode.
I don't know, like that and the fact that it seems odd to like honestly think that 5 days before the game came out when they had the uncensored in all countries tweet, that was their biggest mistake. I think I would not be bothered by it at all if they weren't trying to be like, hey everybody, we're the uncensored game coming to all countries, like same version in Saudi Arabia as South Korea. Don't you worry about it, this game is uncut. And then the first patch objectively censors some things.
Yeah,
it's just not a good look.
I feel like they fucked up in the communications department one way or another. But yeah, that's you can look forward to that on the next Forge. I want to blow all the smoke already today because we're not moving far away from Sony. Don't you worry, because this next one, the thing we talk about first, is going to be Helldivers in Sony, and this one is much more cut and dry, if you ask me. Like,
I really didn't see this one coming either.
Dude, it's kind of funny because when we talk about what should we do for this week, it's like I don't know. Like you're busy with the editing. I kind of need to catch up with Stellar Blade because I wasn't there for the weekend. I was like, you know what? Let's just see what happens this week, or we just talk about what we played offline and stuff like that. And goddamn, this week delivered. Like, there's plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
We got the Helldiver stuff that just happened, basically. We have the whole Arkham VR game, which is, I guess there's not a lot to talk about the game itself, but more about VR. That actually might be more my thing, because I have VR for years now, and we'll get to that.
I have too.
Oh,
okay.
Actually,
just for X-Ray Girl's birthday, I got her a Meta Quest 3. Because she's really, really good at Beat Saber, but the Valve Index is like down in my setup.
Yeah.
So she's like rarely here using it, and like she's been trying to get into better shape and stuff. And I figured, hey, play Beat Saber because you're really great at it, and yeah, she loves it.
Yeah.
So.
Also, yeah, I should probably mention that apparently just came out. Bernard Hill apparently died. The actor Theoden.
Yeah.
Theoden, right? Yeah.
King.
So yeah, Rip to the king. Big sad news to start of the Forge. Yeah, always sucks.
Drink one for Rohan tonight.
Yeah, we're getting to that age, like, where it's like, oh, all these actors I've watched when I was a teenager or child, they're just all getting old now and start to die. It's like, can they just not?
Sean
Because
Connery
they're really
was
good.
one that hit me pretty hard. I was like, oh man, he's a guy that's just been old since I was born. So, he's just always going to be that old guy. And then when he died, I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
I guess you can only be old for so long before you're just dead.
Yep. Well, that's unfortunately it's going to be happening. Full stop. I thought there was more to the sentence, but no, my brain just stopped. So there you go. There's going to be more. I'm afraid people won't get younger. And yeah, all your favorite ones are probably going to be gone in some places and sometime. So that sucks. But yeah, remember the good movies and stuff, especially Lord of the Rings, which I still need to rewatch, but I just keep doing different things because I'm a terrible person.
Extra Girl and I watch it every Christmas.
Nice. The thing is, if I start watching it, I want to watch the next one and then the next one, so I probably have to just put away like a whole day just to watch Lord of the Rings for 12 hours.
We usually do it over as a series of like a night, or sometimes if we're busy, we'll do like a disc a night of the extendeds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually like it's almost like watching it as if it's a like TV show, like a mini series or something. It's not a bad way to do it, because I mean I think in the extended editions, I think they put the act breaks in pretty sensible spots. So like, if it was a television show that was airing, it would make sense for that to be the end of a big episode. Yeah.
So I think they're re-releasing them in cinemas pretty soon, like in July or something. I saw.
Yeah, I think that'll be
do it in
a lot of fun to go to.
Do it in German land, I beg you, please, and do it in original voices. I don't want to watch it in German. I want to see it in the cinemas again though. Because I did watch them as a little boy child in the cinema. That was a lot of fun.
I think Craig from Side Scrollers is having some like screening day for it where it's going to be like a big meetup in Dallas. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to that, but X-Ray Girl might be there.
Nice. Well, you have all your little meetups far away from me. I'm just going to do my own in my living room.
Disparu and Aiden were at the Vegas one, and they're from across the pond.
Yeah, but they do the YouTube full time. They can plan that. I just have to, I have to have this normal work, as do you.
I mean, yeah. Although, like to be fair, the military I get a fair amount of leave days per year.
Okay.
So as long as I plan which ones I'm going to, it's not too tough for me to make it out to like say 2 per year.
Right. There should be
Anything
another.
More than that, I'd have to start saying, okay, I guess I'm not having Christmas this year.
I guess there's gonna be another UK FNT meetup. Maybe I'll pop onto that one. That's more doable for me.
Yeah, I think the plan was originally to do that once every 2 years, but I think they were thinking about doing another one this year. But,
okay.
I probably will not be able to afford to go to that one though.
Oh yeah.
I think for us it'll be once every 2 years anyways.
Mortal quit your job and go to YouTube full time. That is not even remotely feasible for me right now. We need to hit many more tip goals for that to be happening.
Yeah, I mean, I am leaving the military sometime within the next couple years. My release is in, and I'm hoping that I can make some livings on YouTube and not have to like get a part-time job or something. But that's also why I enjoy doing things like editing for the Fallout video and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it was actually kind of nice really digging into this new editing program that I've been using, and now I think I'm actually good with it, which is nice, as opposed to just being okay with it. Like I can throw a couple things together. Now I'm like, okay, I can edit a video. Like I can do anything on it now. It's good.
Nice. I'm still not through Mirpri's video, but it's pretty good so far. I'm happy I stopped at episode 1. I think my gut was right.
Apparently. Yeah. I mean, again, like I always say, like my perspective on Fallout is I did have fun watching it on my first viewing.
Oh yeah,
because it is like it's a mystery box show. So you're always kind of thinking that things are going to come together and make some sense. Mm-hmm. And that it's just that's becoming so much more clearly a trick these days. And it is very Fallout Force Awakens in a lot of ways, where like you can be forgiven for being like, yeah, that one was entertaining and I had a good time watching it, but Season 2 might be Fallout Last Jedi, and then we might be looking at Fallout Rise of Skywalker by season 3, unless they tighten up the writing, because the writing in that show is pretty rough, man. Trust me. I've spent a lot of time listening to Mahler's arguments about it in depth, because I'm replaying sections over and over and over again to get my edit looking nice and snappy. And I'm convinced it's not a good show.
Well, there you go. That's what Mahler does to you sometimes.
Ella Purnell and Walton Goggins, though, are both great in it.
Yeah, that's the impression I got.
That's true. And I think his arguments are pretty detailed, though. So if you guys are interested in a perspective on that show, even if you like the show, I'd recommend giving Mahler's video a shot. Absolutely. And pretty much anytime you see Vault Boy cartoons, those are usually my sections. I use a lot of Vault Boy anyways.
I mean, there seems to be a lot of clips that just fit in those places.
Well, you know what's crazy now? Because they have cartoons, or like Bethesda has done marketing campaigns featuring a lot of cartoons for Fallout 3, 4, New Vegas. Oh, not New Vegas, actually. New Vegas doesn't really have any. Fallout 3, 4, Shelter, and it was a thing that I didn't even know existed, because apparently it's a Chinese mobile game called Fallout Shelter Online that has like half an hour worth of cartoons for it that all have Mandarin subtitles at the bottom of it. They're in English though, so like they're in English just with big Mandarin subtitles. And so anytime you see a color Vault Boy cartoon that's in a really extreme widescreen, that is me cutting out the Mandarin subtitles, because they were really distracting, and you would wonder why they're there.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it's they're good though. Very good animation.
Yeah. Let's see. But Metal, the more weight you lose, the less you can rely on your gun. I guess that's true. Yeah. Oh god. But yeah,
I don't have a drum roll sound effect, but that would be a good time for one.
That's fine. That's fine. Let me see here. I guess I can't think of anything else. Preamble. We just go through topics and stuff. It'll be fine. We have plenty to talk about. But let's start with the big one. So let's catch everybody up. So in case you haven't known, Helldivers came out, Helldivers 2 in February. And I was like, this is great. This is fantastic. It's like, woohoo, good stuff, good stuff. They've been constantly delivering updates. They patched it pretty frequently, because the start of their launch was like lots and lots of bigger than they ever expected. I think Helldivers 1 had like a peak of 10,000 players. I don't actually remember. I don't even know what the peak was now for Helldivers 2, but I think it was like between 500,000 and 700,000. It was like crazy numbers. So nobody expected those numbers. So the server capacity was way too low. So everyone has a good time, really great time. It was like about 3 months ago now. It's like, yeah, there's all these things and stuff. I still would have had things to complain about a little bit. There's like small things that annoy me, like having a cap on your medals. So I already lost like 500 medals probably from all the major orders I couldn't take care of. All that good stuff. So it's all small things. The gameplay is fantastic. Like, it still is. Like, that doesn't change. The game is still really good. So what happened? Why is everybody so angry? So what happened was, well, here's the big thingy. Starting, where is it? I have the dates here. Well, I had the dates here, but it's gone now. Hang on. I lost my window flames here. Where is
Was it just at the beginning of May?
Yeah, so for new players, it's in the beginning. It's like sometime in May. You have to have a PSN account to play the game. It's mandatory. You have to play the game. And for old players, they have like a mercy thing until like June 6th or something along those lines. And it was like, wait, what? Why is that happening? Nobody really knew that or saw it or whatever. So I want to talk about this immediately. So there's this whole thing. There's a lot of people's like, well, it's been on the Steam page the whole time, and there was this pop-up in the beginning when you start the game that you have to do it. So my problem is I don't have any proper evidence to refute that. I believe that the warning was there the whole time. The little sticker on the top right when you go on the Steam page in Helldivers says like PSN account required. This might have been there. That's fine. I ignored it. That's my problem. All right, that's fine. I might have maybe I didn't see the pop up. The problem is I have no means to actually prove that. I think I never got it because of all the crashes in the beginning of the launch.
So the thing is, though, I think we probably agreed to the EULA.
Yes.
When it came up, and for all I know, is somewhere in there it said PSN required.
It might.
And you're right. I can't refute that either. The thing though, the thing that makes it shitty, and the reason why PC gamers in particular are not really wired to take stuff like this is altering the deal tends to not be a thing PC gamers like.
No.
So
if it works for 3 months without it, people are saying it's not in the EULA.
Well, I mean, fair enough, but I'm just saying that I don't remember the EULA well enough to make that claim, from my own
I'm not
memory.
even going to pretend like I've ever read it.
Yeah, I mean, everyone in chat, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I'm going to allow for the possibility that might just be my mistake and I didn't ever see it. However, I think the problem is, and the reason why I think the argument of, but you need a Rockstar account, a Rockstar Club account, or Club Rockstar,
we get to those claims because there's some big differences. I just want to go through the...
and that my point was going to be this worked for 3 months without it though, so obviously it's not required.
It's definitely not required.
That's the thing that Sony does. I don't think they realize that PC gamers probably aren't going to take, which I mean evidenced by the Steam reviews right now.
But it's interesting that people have been saying that it is not in the EULA, so that's interesting. I didn't go back and read that thing. But yeah, people are now basically bombing the Steam page, and we're like, that's bullshit. It's been working this whole time. And more and more info came out. So whatever it is, was it there, was it not? I can't really check anymore. I tried to check on the Wayback Machine, but apparently when you have like a age-restricted game on Steam and you have an image or a snapshot on the Wayback Machine, it can't verify the age anymore. So you just get redirected to that verification page, put in an age, and it's like, no, you can't watch it. So, but that seems to be just a Wayback Machine problem, like on every site as age verification, from what I can tell.
Which I mean is a massive loophole.
Seems like a loophole, that people are not aware of. So don't tell anyone.
If you have a spicy blog, make sure to put an age verification on it, because if you ever want to nuke it, that'll take care of it for you.
Yeah. But now the real problems emerge, because I think this is just a thing you can talk about, but I think the big takeaway is the big thing that is a huge problem. They sold the game to people in countries that don't have any access to the PlayStation Network. And we're talking I think it's I had it here on a Reddit post. Yeah, it's a Reddit post by Embrace Monkey on the Helldivers subreddit. Gonna give credit where credit is due, of course. So apparently PSN is available in like 69 countries around the world, and there's apparently roughly 190 independent countries in the world. So all of those that are not included in those, they can't play the game anymore. So they sold the game to people.
That's wild.
Even though they claim that they always needed the PSN thing, and apparently the thing was there. Like, it popped up for people. I don't even want to doubt that happened. Like it says here, the whole of Africa except for SA, South Africa, I guess is what they mean. All of Africa, Egypt, and there's even some European countries in this, like Belarus or something.
Egypt is North Africa. Oh, Belarus is Eastern Europe.
Yeah, so there's a lot of countries that were able to buy it on Steam, and now they're fucked. And there's like, but Metal, they can just get a VPN, and then they make another account. It's like, they can, with the problem, if they get found out, they just get banned from PSN altogether, and because that's against TOS to make an account that's not in your region with wrong information. And apparently people have already been banned in China for making themselves an account over VPN. So yeah, it's already looking really great. And it seems they are doubling down, because there's been a lot of countries, well, all the countries that are not included in those 69 countries, it's not listed on the Steam page anymore. The buy button is gone. So they were like, yep, you can't buy this anymore. And then the question arises, so now what?
I feel like the answer is Sony's probably going to backpedal on it and just remove it for Helldivers. They'll probably say in every PlayStation online game that's on PC going forward, and I'm willing to bet that includes Ghost of Tsushima, because that's the thing. Actually, a couple weeks ago, I retweeted, because I thought it was good news, that apparently they were making it so that if you have Ghost of Tsushima on Steam, that's coming out in 17 days, I guess. Like, I think it's the 21st, something like that. You'll also be able to earn PlayStation trophies and have cross progression with the PlayStation version. So I thought that was cool. I'm like, yeah, integrate stuff like that. Cool. Make it more like you have to have one. Get closer to having one purchase where you can just play it on PC or on your console. And sure, let people earn trophies if they want to earn trophies. That'll get more PlayStation players more comfortable with moving to PC, because they won't have to be giving up their trophy hunting if they care about it, right? And then this happening later, it's like, okay, there it is. You're going to start backwards integrating it into other games and making it required instead of optional. Because honestly, even if they said, it would have been a little shitty, but if they said PlayStation Network account is now optional for Helldivers, but if you don't take the option, you can't do crossplay. You can't play with PlayStation people. Because a lot of PC gamers will just be like, okay, fine, fuck them, who cares? But a lot of
I don't even use crossplay anyway. Like, since the beginning,
really?
I turned it off. Yeah, I mean, I never played with randoms anyway. I always played with friends. I never played on my own with randoms.
You don't have any friends that were on PS5? I mean, I could have sworn that even we've played with people who were on PlayStation. Maybe that's one.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe. Wait, hold on. Isn't Az playing it on PlayStation, or is he on?
No,
he's on Steam. He just plays it with the PlayStation controller.
I don't recall inviting anyone that wasn't on Steam. I mean, I don't think there's maybe like one or two of my IRL friends that have a PS5, but they also have a PC to play the game on. But yeah, as James pointed out, apparently the Helldivers 2 was supposed to have cross progression, which still isn't implemented.
Well, yeah, I mean, and this could be a step towards that. And if they said, hey, it's now cross progression if you link your PlayStation, like, you got to incentivize it. You can't just say, hey, do this or you can't play this game at all anymore. Like, that's wild that they thought that would work. Oh, and just to answer Dave L's question, there's Ghost of Tsushima single player. Yes, but it also has a multiplayer mode that's quite good.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I would recommend Ghost of Tsushima. Actually, I mean, you probably have to link your PlayStation account for this. So if you're ideologically opposed to it, then feel free to not. But once it's out on Steam, we should get 4 people together to do the raid.
The thing is, I've been part of the PlayStation ecosystem for years now. So
yeah, same
for me, it's only an inconvenience. But obviously, I understand why people are annoyed, because I have a good friend I've played Helldivers with, and he was like, "Fuck that game. I don't have a PlayStation. I never wanted to have a PSN account." So, fuck him. EDF6 is coming out soon. I'm going to play that.
Exactly, and that's why I uninstalled Helldivers, because most of the people I played with are like, okay, fuck this game now. And I'm like,
that's what I've been saying. Because I would still play it when people ask me, but I don't know who would now still play it. That's the thing.
Yeah, pretty much everyone's like, fuck Helldivers right now. And I was like, okay, well, it seems like I'm at least cool to uninstall this thing for a month. Like at least, and even then I think it'll only pick back up again at probably half of what it was at. I'm willing to bet we're probably going to be looking at half player counts if it does come back, and that's only happening if Sony decides to make it optional. Like, I think they have to. Looking at those Steam they've got to be losing their shit with those Steam reviews. It's mixed overall now on Steam.
Yeah, it's recent is overwhelmingly negative. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it was an overwhelmingly positive game.
Yeah, they people nuked that down in like 24 hours. It was crazy. Someone says that Metal has been on the PSN for years, therefore his identity has probably been stolen 3 to 7 times. Yes.
Yeah, no joke. Yes. Same here, dude. Yeah.
My ID information was on there, so I changed my passwords a couple of times already. I might actually do again soon.
Yesterday.
Yeah. And then we obviously have to come to the big smart thing that people say. I never heard anyone complain when Rockstar did the thing. Oh, Ubisoft, oh, Epic. I was like, okay, listen. Basically nobody liked Epic. To this day, I haven't installed the Epic launcher even once.
I've deleted it though, and I've never installed it again.
The reason I played Alan Wake 2 on PlayStation is because I don't want to do anything with Epic.
Someone did send me a copy of Alan Wake 2. I played the first sequence. It's really boring.
Yeah.
Although I gotta admit, I didn't mind the sequence where you play as the naked guy running from the cult. That was pretty creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the investigation stuff is boring as fuck. I haven't really gotten too far into it though.
Yeah. Ubisoft, nobody likes fucking Uplay. So here's the thing. I've always been complaining about this. Ever since that started happening, where it's like, oh, this game is on Steam. Please install our launcher. It's like, oh, fuck me. Like, I've always been complaining. The offline, online, I've always found annoying. I hate that I have to use Uplay if I want to play my stupid copy of Anno 1800.
I think Star Wars Squadrons did not require an Origin login, but I think Jedi Fallen Order did, and most EA games did for a long time. I don't know which direction they've moved with that, though.
Yeah.
I guess. Wait, did Dead Space require you to log into Origin? I don't think so.
I don't remember, to be honest.
I really don't think it did. I think EA's been kind of backpedaling on Origin overall, but Ubisoft just seems to be doubling down, and Rockstar, I think, has always had that.
Yeah.
I remember even GTA 4, I had to log into some account for, or even Max Payne 3 too.
Yeah. The funny one for me is when they talk about Microsoft and Xbox. It's like, guys, this is the same ecosystem. It's both Microsoft.
Yeah.
So I don't really. I'm just linking my Windows account that I already have to another Microsoft thing.
Yeah,
so
well, unless you're a Linux user, but like I mean, that's getting pretty specific. Like every single person using Steam on Windows does have a Microsoft account that they're logged into while they're using Steam.
Also, they don't want me to put in my ID data in there, and they don't. So here's the other thing. I don't get to fucking play the game if I don't log into their thing for a couple of days, and then they take it away from me. It's like, know what I mean? Like, they don't. If I log in, I get to play the game, and they also. It's a really weird thing that happened, because I don't think any of those other ones that I begrudgingly installed sometimes. They didn't take away the game from people in other countries specifically. They took away games in general for everyone, so everybody was annoyed. But now they took the game from people and that they paid and already played hours and hours and hours. So it's just really, I don't know. It's a very specific case. I've never seen that happen before. I mean, we had all the games like The Crew or whatever it was that was just taken away from everyone, and they didn't put out a single player patch for anyone. Like, they just like, it's like a dead game now completely. So so the whole thing is like, nobody complained about these ones. I've been complaining since it happened. I always found it annoying, but it was very obvious every time I started the game that I need to do this. I think the big problem, because that everybody got surprised by this, is, yes, there might have been the warning on the Steam page. Everybody knows not everybody looks at every little warning on the site. I certainly don't. I should, sure. But all the other games that need another launcher, they pop up the launcher every time. Like, every single time, reminding me of the thing. Sure, there was a skip button this one time. Again, I don't remember if I ever got that. I might have skipped it. I was like, oh, what's this? Oh, skip. Okay, I don't read this.
They really did need to do it every single time you loaded the game, and bring it up as if it's like hey, there's a feature that's just not working right now. They say, hey, we're working on PlayStation Network integration, which will be required to play this game, in all caps, but it is not working at this time. It will be required in the future, though. please refund your game if you were not okay with this. If they had that come up every single time you play it, I don't think anyone would really be pissed off.
Well, because we would have known.
Yeah, well, because that's the thing, and then no one could really say, oh, they didn't make that clear. It's like, no, they've been making it clear because this is just a feature that didn't work yet, that they really wanted to have in here.
Yeah, some people didn't even get that screen.
Well, you didn't read the fine print, fuck you.
Yeah, so here's another thing. That's something I checked just before the Forge. Because I was wondering, because Steam has this nice feature where you can click on the side and it's like update history. I was like, ooh, let me see when they disabled the whole PSN thing, because that should probably be in there. So in all those posts, there's no word of PlayStation or PlayStation Network. There's a singular mention of PSN is required. And let me get this. I did post it here, so I can open this in a window. Open link. Just bear with me. This stream is normally not made to switch out media on a whim. Let's see. Screenshot flame here. There you go. This is from February the 6th, before it was released. Because I was curious. I was curious, and I went on this page. You see down here? PSN account required. That is the singular mention of a PSN in all of the patch notes that are on Steam currently. This little thing all the way on the bottom. This is like a whole entry of a pre-release things like, oh, this is the story so far, doing your part. This is Super Earth, blah, 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 blah. The continuing war. It's like, it's basically like a lore page, and then all the way down here it says PSN account required. Anyway, moving on. Game releases in 2 days.
Wow.
I was like, wow, I'm okay. Because I was expecting, because everyone was like, well, they stopped it for issues. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Where did they tell me this? Because I did read the patch notes when they came out. This was probably one of the first games in a while where I was closely looking at the patch notes when they came out. I followed them on Twitter and everything. And I don't recall. Here's the thing. If at any time on Twitter, they would have been like, hey, we disabled the PSN thingy, so we don't need to use it. I think there would have been a lot of people be like, what do you mean we have to use that? What? It would have definitely come up already. And yeah, it's just interesting. Like PSN, PlayStation, those words are like not in any of those patch notes. Go to your Steam and check for yourself. Control F, put in PSN all caps, PSN all lower characters, PlayStation Network, whatever. Maybe you find something I missed. I don't know. But as far as I can tell, this is the only mention in the patch notes that I could find. So I was like, man, that's a bit sucky.
Yeah, that's wild.
And I think if you would ask someone, it's probably like, oh yeah, that's included in we patched the performance issues on that day or something, because patch notes are generally vague, you know, so it doesn't confuse like the normie players, I guess, or people who are not tech savvy, I should say, not even the normie players. Yeah. It's like if they
Fixed
say
issue affecting some performance in certain regions.
Yeah. But again, the big problem is they sold it to people who can't use PSN. If that wouldn't have been a thing from the get-go, it's like, hey, you can't buy this here because of the requirements. The more I think about this, I just don't understand how this even happened. Like, how did Steam not catch this, actually? I guess Steam doesn't know where PSN is or isn't required. I guess there's like, hey, if we need third party, just pop it on there so people at least know, or you can pretend like they know.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people.
It looks really bad. Like it's... There's nothing about it that makes it not seem shady. As far as like, I don't understand the people that are just full blown defending it.
It gotta be illegal or some shit. Yeah. So the thing is, they have to find a solution, and I feel bad for Arrowhead. Like they crafted this really
Yeah.
cool game for like 7-8 years, and I was like, yeah, great. The CEO of the guys, Pilestead, I think he's called on Twitter. I think that's his last name. I'm not sure. Uh, he always seemed to be like super chill, like online as well. He doesn't have like corporate answers or anything, and it's really interesting because basically he's been saying complain to Sony. Like we could use all the leverage we could have, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like, hey, why don't we not change anything because we're making shitloads of money right now.
yeah.
Like,
CEO is not happy. Feels that Sony's doing. Yeah, I mean, he's. I'm pretty sure he said on
I mean,
Twitter.
It's gotta be.
He said on Twitter, it's like, yeah, they gave us this, but they don't have a. They didn't give us a solution for these things. Like someone asked him straight up on Twitter, it's like, what are we gonna do if I'm in a region that can't use PSN? He just answered, I don't know. It's like,
It's like, I don't know. They'll figure it out. They'll
Yeah.
use a VPN. Everyone's got a VPN these days.
yeah, but then you always have the problem if you get figured out.
Yeah, I
just
know,
get banned
I
completely.
I was being the guy suggesting
yeah.
that it'll just work. I know that's not a good answer.
Yeah. And then obviously it didn't help that the community managers went haywire for a day as well. They're just complaining, but they backpedaled pretty hard the next day. And they're like, I didn't understand what was going on. I was trying to. I think it's the one person says like, I was trying to jump on the grenade or something. It's like, why would you? I don't even know why you would say that. That's kind of cringe, but okay.
Well, I think it's like I believe his tactic was like a pull off the band-aid thing. It's like, yeah, it's happening. Fuck
Yeah.
off. There's nothing we can do about it. Just like try to deal with it. A lot of other companies do it too. Like,
Oh,
don't
yeah,
blame us.
Spitz was the one who's who was the one who went crazy. But yeah, it's kind of interesting because we had like again a thing where all the community managers all of a sudden either deleted their account, went protected, or silent. It was like, man, that's the exact opposite you should do as a community manager. You should be available to everybody, to the community, you know. So yeah, that's all big sucky. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in the future and how they're gonna handle this.
Yeah.
It's yeah, and even Pyle said it was one specific tweet that I saw that I found interesting as to where Mr. Pilestead is doing right now, because someone just on a tweet he did like a couple of hours ago, it's like, why are you acting all blameless? Like you should have known for probably years that PSN would be required, and about it was your call that it would not be enforced in the beginning to help with the server load. And he straight up said, I do have a part to play. I'm not blameless in all of this. It was my decision to disable account linking at launch so the players could play the game. I did not assure players we are aware of the requirements, and we didn't talk about it enough. We knew for about 6 months before launch that it would be mandatory for online PS titles. So he is very much aware that they probably didn't do a great job going in. Also, just going to show this here so
Well, I mean,
people don't say I
also-
made this up. It's right here. You can still find it.
PlayStation, though, also like Sony should have been communicating this a lot for a while. Like pretty much the second they had a day and date launch PC game, like
Yeah.
Helldivers being that one, or like a big one, because I guess Helldivers 1 I think also came out at the same time. But it's their responsibility to say, hey, just so you know, if you're going to play PlayStation games online, we don't have it working yet, but you will require linking to a PlayStation Network account. Like, I've never
Yeah.
seen a Sony tweet saying that. Never mind one that they should have been sharing like once a month for a year before Helldivers.
Yeah. Moodle Photoshop that. Damn it, I've been found out. I actually hit F12 and changed the code on my side, so I just made this all up. Yeah, but it's always nice to see them taking responsibility as a CEO and not just going we are sorry for the inconvenience. I have a gun to my head and Sony is about to shoot me, so please don't hurt us. You know? So yeah. At least he's taking responsibility. That's always very nice to see. So yeah, I feel like Sony has taken the big L here for sure. Well, and Arrowhead, of course, because there's a lot of brand tarnishing going on with this, because they're tied to this now. So I hope they're gonna figure this out somehow, and I don't know, maybe get rid of it. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people stop playing the game. Maybe not. Apparently, the current numbers didn't change that much. But the enforcement is not out yet. I think it starts tomorrow, so we'll see. I think James said he's going to play it until they enforce it, and then he's going to stop.
I think they said that it's going to be mandatory in like June 1st, I think.
Oh yeah, old players. Yeah, you're right. So James can still play it another month or so. Or he links the account. Whatever he tends to do, I guess. Yeah. See how it goes. The next week is going to be interesting to see, because this is like a very very new kind of scenario that I don't think happened like this before. Yeah. So that's the thing. Also, the tweet I made about this went like a bit. I want to say viral, but it went around, and I got like fucking Twitter messages all day. I don't know why people want things to go viral. I find it annoying. It's like every time you open Twitter, someone wrote something. That's just new experiences for me, because my tweets.
Well, I guess if you're monetized on Twitter, right, you can make some money. I think Jay Longbone probably made a fair amount on her Stuckman tweet. She has like 7 million views on that thing.
Yeah, I think this is like my most viewed tweet. I didn't even think that would happen. I just tweeted out my thoughts. And people are already like clinging to my every word, because I said in there's like make crossplay optional, but yeah, obviously it was already optional. You can just turn it off. So, yeah.
Well, I think it's just make PlayStation Network optional and only required for crossplay. I think that would be the move.
But I think
they could get away with saying, look, we want the PlayStation players to be playing with other PlayStation Network players, okay? Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I think I'd accept that, but like, having it happen for everyone, even the people who can't get PSN, is ridiculous.
Yeah. And, well, it should be mentioned, the reason they are doing this is apparently for security reasons, and so they can ban griefers and blah, blah, blah. First of all, you can still do that. You can already do that on Steam. I'm pretty sure that shouldn't be a problem. You can go and do that with your PlayStation people, and we do that with our PC people. I don't think that should be a problem, technically. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, PlayStation, talking about security, if you're not aware, they made it kind of a habit to get hacked like once a year, at least the last couple of years. There have been probably 7 massive data leaks at Sony already. So they're
really not good with cybersecurity at all.
That's another big reason why specifically people who never had like a PlayStation or a PSN account, like I'm not gonna give them my information, especially when they want your ID information. It's kind of interesting, because I always thought this was like an L in Germany because of like German laws that they had to do this for like payment stuff and rated R things or whatever. But apparently that's like a universal thing. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, you need to put your ID info in for them to in there. But yeah, it's only like a 30-second thing. It's free, and they definitely don't only want your data or something. Because I'm pretty sure there's a stockholder or shareholder meeting coming up pretty soonish. I think I've seen that mentioned. And of course, if you have some nice big numbers on your on your accounts counter, whatever you want to call it, looks better than a smaller number, because bigger number better. Yeah. I would love to be a fly on the wall right now in the conversations between the Helldiver team and Sony. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, they would be fascinating, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that would be interesting to hear. Like Arrowhead just please do something that we can tell them. They hate us now.
Yeah, but I'd be sitting there and be like, hey guys, like, do you remember all the money we were making?
Yeah.
Do you want to just keep doing that? Why don't we just keep doing that? Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. Imagine if we do another good game and we publish it with you again. All the goodwill we just built up. they're gonna buy. This is gonna go like hotcakes. But yeah. Oh, financial report is on the 14th. Well, there you go. 2 weeks before the report. Interesting. Very interesting. Dear Sony, you're fucking us over. Sony while doing a TikTok dance. Yes, and say that shit with your chest. Oh, man. So yeah, that's all fucky. And it's always interesting to see all the billion company defenders out there. It's like, it's just the small login. Why are you complaining? It's like, because you don't understand what the problem is, clearly. Just go away. That's why I hate like Twitter as a place to discuss things, especially if you have to do like the normal tweet length, because I'm not giving X my money. Go away as well.
See, that's why you don't care about your tweets going viral.
Because I don't get money. I don't get the 20 cents from those 40,000 views. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been hearing that the whole advertising thing on that is kind of cooked as well. Like, it's not even that effective.
Well, yeah, I gotta admit, I don't click on a lot of Twitter ads ever.
Yeah. Character limits are gay. Metal needs Elon Musk money. No. I'll take any money. This is literally Sony getting the golden goose and strangling the fuck out of it. Yeah, it was such a shell shock. Like, everybody was just enjoying the game. Like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna finish up Stellar Blade, and then I'm gonna go back and finally play some more Wind Waker that I started months ago, and then all the other games came out. Maybe I get some peeps together, play some Helldivers, like, woo, fun times. And then this bomb drops, and it's like, oh, no. Why do
All right,
this?
everybody, back to Left 4 Dead 2.
Back to Left 4 Dead 2. Good old reliable Left 4 Dead 2. They all yellowed their most successful game in decades. I mean, the amount of people I keep saying is like, this is like the most fun shooter game I've played in 7 years or whatever. And now this happens.
Watch Arrowhead just make an indie game called Heck Plungers.
Heck Plungers.
It's just exactly Helldivers with different names and like slightly different designs.
I want that game to exist. Heck Plungers. That's fantastic. Yeah, even Wolf streamed Helldivers. I told him to buy it. Now I feel bad. I'm sorry, Metal told Sony to stop you. I don't think they would nuke the game.
Those things happen, though. Like, every so often, a multiplayer game will be really good. You'll feel super reasonable about recommending it to people because you're just like,
I played it 80 hours already.
I know. Wait, what's my playtime? I actually want to check. It's okay. We can keep talking.
Yeah. I was drinking something while you said that.
Okay.
I was like, I'm gonna go back.
Check.
I'm gonna get those 10 super credits I still need, and then I can do one of the war bonds and play some stuff. But yeah, apparently all the current community managers were previous Games Reddit mods. Oh god, they're very qualified.
I'm at 69.6 hours.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. 28 out of 38 achievements, too. So I'm 10 achievements away from the blue ribbon.
But yeah, I think that's basically it. Let me see if there was anything else I wanted to talk about in this scenario, but I think that's the basic gist of it. Do you have anything on additional to this?
No, I mean, I think I made my perspective clear a bunch. That I just think that, yeah, if you're gonna do this, you make it optional and just limit it to limit the downside to having to disable crossplay, so that if you have a friend on PlayStation, you need to make a PSN account to play with that person. But I don't know if they're gonna do it, just because Sony's weird sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, they just did like, there was like another game, like some anime game where they had to change the art book from some game. I already forgot the name again.
Skullgirls.
No, it's like something recent from this week. Skullgirls was like an old thing. It's like a new.
Oh, okay. That was the one where they retroactively changed the art book.
Yeah.
That people were pissed about because.
Oh, but I think
it
that
was
was that Sony? I thought they had like a change in leadership.
I don't think it was. I don't think that was Sony. I think that was the company doing it to themselves. But sorry, I thought you just meant a similar example of.
No, there was another thing this week. The PlayStation version of Tsukihime, apparently it's called Tsukihime.
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm not aware of that, but they did put a lens flare over Trish's butt in Devil May Cry 5.
Nah.
And it not being an exclusive, DMC5 not being an exclusive was the way that was clear as day. Because they you could see that it was only the PlayStation version that had the censoring because it was on other things.
Well,
the problem is when you just have something on one platform, you can't see those differences.
Yeah. In the game I'm mentioning, it's legit only on the PlayStation 4 version where they have to change something. The Nintendo version has the non-changed thing, which is kind of funny to think about. So that's another scenario. So I understand why everybody is so up in arms with everything going on right now. But yeah, finally Sony has a good launch on Steam, which they were looking for, like an incredibly successful thing, and they strangled it to death. Maybe they can revive it. That's the word I was looking for.
I honestly wonder if this is gonna really hurt Ghost of Tsushima's sales too.
Mm-hmm. Make Sony go back to Japan. Sony was probably based. Probably, yeah. Yeah, Sony, get your shit together. That's my last word on that.
But release Shadow of the Colossus on Steam, you cowards.
Oh yeah. I've played Shadow of Colossus twice, both times in one go. One time of that I was super drunk. It was really fun.
Oh man. I think 16 Colossi in a day.
There was like a little bit of a compilation because I was playing it at the same-ish time as Mauler was. It was funny. Sony, okay, metal. Oh, well. But yeah, that's the Helldivers scenario. Good times or something. Right. What else is going on? What should we do next? I know. Did you see The Fall Guy? I don't know if you
did. Extra Girl and I went to the theater for a little date, and we saw Fall Guy.
Gay.
And I mean, I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. X-Ray Girl loved it. Like she was, but I mean, I think that it does really kind of add some credence to the idea that like Fall Guy is just a chick flick that has a lot of good stunts. And I think
I can see that.
I think that's fair. Yeah, but you know, it was okay. I got bothered by a few things, like the scene where she's lighting him up over and over again.
It's really it was way too long.
But it really doesn't work in the context of them being super over budget and being worried about their production shutting down. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Do you have any idea how much the people standing around you are getting paid? Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have time to have this conversation here, lady.
Yeah. But yeah, for anyone wondering, so Fall Guy is about a stuntman guy who's like the stuntman for the biggest action hero. It starts with him doing a stunt. You just go through the thing. He's with the what is she at that time? Like a producer or something?
She's a camera operator.
Camera
operator in the prologue scene that takes place, I guess, a year before, or is it a few years?
I think a year. I think it was a year.
Okay.
But yeah, he's like, well, we need to do another take on this. They're dating. They almost have some sexy times in the trailer. It's like, we had a stunt meeting. Haha, funny. And he's just going they talk some shit to each other on like a walkie-talkie. He goes for a stunt, but it goes bad, and he breaks his back, basically. So he has to rehab, he can't do stuntman work, and he... But he says in his little inner monologues, like, well, she was trying to be there for me, but I couldn't do it, so I just kind of vanished for everyone. And then he gets taken back to into the stuntman work after a couple of years, or a year, as I just said. I don't know why I said years. I'm very smart.
Oh, he almost gets tricked into coming back.
Yeah, he gets tricked into it because the big producer lady says like, well, she your old girlfriend, she got a gig as like to make her own movie, so, and she demanded you to come and get the
The fact that the villain is a Kathleen Kennedy impersonation is kind of hilarious.
That's kind of
though.
funny. Yeah, that's true.
She's got the white suits and everything. Like I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, but she just wanted him there because I think she wanted him because he's gonna be the fall guy, because it turns out the big action star, he killed someone on accident. They want to hide it, so the movie goes through. There's all kinds of action things going on, and there's kinds of scenes where his old flame and him, they go back and forth, and they come back together at the end. It's a very simple story. Like, it's very simple. He's trying to get back to his, and he's sorry. He's like, he has like a big speech where it's like, oh, I never could really say what I was feeling, and
two attractive people who really like each other try to just admit to themselves that they still really like each other.
Pretty much, yeah. And then you have all these stunts going on. So the whole thing with this movie is he's a stuntman, and because of that, he can do, like, for some in this they make it pretty clear it's a silly movie. Okay, so he has like plot armor that a stuntman would have, but in real life, but in universe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he lets himself getting run over by a car, but only once, and he's still more hurt than John Wick, I feel like. But that's besides the point. I will never let that down.
They do try to make it seem like he is actually feeling pain through all this, even if he's not getting terribly injured.
Because there's this one scene where he's like, oh, I need to stop this taxi over there. So he puts in like some teeth protectors. I don't know what were they called.
Yeah, no, he has a mouth guard.
A mouth guard, yeah. It's like it just goes before it and rolls over it, and he stops the taxi with this.
I honestly, I did appreciate that he just has a mouth guard on him at all times and throws it in anytime he knows he's about to do crazy shit.
Yeah,
that was good.
And just like all these things, at some point he gets like a dog that he commands in French, I think it was, and that dog does like things. There's like all kinds of things going on. I could see how people have fun with this movie. To be honest, it didn't do anything for me. I was like, nah, I don't really care that much. It's not like an awful movie or anything. I just wasn't in it. Like, it didn't grab me. Like, maybe it wasn't like the kind of comedy I really enjoy or whatever. The stunts look pretty good. You could see what was going on. I definitely give it that. Like, there's like a couple of fight scenes. It was like, oh yeah, they actually show me what is happening. There's not like 700 cuts after every punch they do, so you can actually see what's going on. Yeah, as you put it, it's like a chick flick with good stunts in it, pretty much.
Yeah,
there's
directed by a stuntman as well. Apparently, like David Leitch, I think, is the director. I think he did that movie Bullet Train, which I didn't see, but
I like Bullet Train. That one was pretty fun.
I haven't seen that one.
Did a forge on that back in the day when I was all alone. Yeah, I enjoyed that movie. That was pretty fun. I can see the movie 10 out of 10 German. Shut up, Wolf. Yeah, I don't know. I probably wouldn't recommend it personally, just for people like me. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I guess it just wasn't for me this time. Like, I had no strong feelings towards it one way or another.
There's nothing groundbreaking about this movie. It's
not
going to change your life. But it's an okay, like, it's a little long. I think, like, for a rom-com, it's like, I don't know, is it a full 2 hours or is it a little over 2?
It's about 2-ish hours, yeah.
You probably could have lost 20 minutes, and I think it would have been a better movie, probably.
There's like two scenes, specifically when Ryan Gosling and his girlfriend talk to each other, or soon to be again girlfriend. One time on the set where she keeps setting him on fire because she's angry, which I guess it was kind of funny the second time, but when they do it a third and fourth time, it's like, okay, I get it. Because she's like explaining the plot of the movie.
Dissonance with her being invested in this movie being made and not going too far over budget. She's just like wasting money to have a conversation with her ex.
Yeah.
Like that bothered me. But at the same, and then the split screen sequence, I'm guessing, is the other one you're talking about. Yeah. So
just kept going and going. I was like, oh, I get it. It's fine.
But I think I understand why they were there, because I think my wife loved both of those scenes. Like
Okay.
those are the scenes that girls will be like, "Oh my god, they're just having a relationship talk." It's so nice.
Well, we're sitting there, it's like, oh, can something
Granted,
explode?
anecdotal, but I did watch this movie sitting beside a woman, and she was like glued to the screen during those talks. So
Fair enough. I guess that it really is one of those movies where it's like, let's go on a movie date and watch this movie, and there's something for everyone.
yeah, but I don't know. I think even if you just watch it on your own, I think you'd find it at least entertaining, but it won't blow you away.
Well, maybe that just shows what a little cynical German man I am in my little home here, or whatever. I'm waiting on some updates first. No Rest for the Wicked has had some patches that made it a little clunky to play. Gonna wait before giving it another go. Sounds good. Will.
Oh yeah, I was fiddling around with the new No Rest for the Wicked patch as well, and I didn't really notice a whole lot was different about things like the performance, and that's sort of what my biggest issue with it was. It runs pretty choppy, this game.
Yeah, I still haven't tried it out. I'm waiting for the 1.0 version for the full release, and then I'm gonna stream it.
Might be a while from now.
I'm gonna stream it when it comes out. But I watched Wolf played a little bit before I went to sleepy times, and I really liked the art style. It looked really cool.
Mm-hmm.
The voice acting seemed to be pretty fucking amazing. The few parts I've seen.
Having a combat system like it has in an isometric perspective, it works surprisingly well too.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the Ori games were phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
So I have very high hopes for their new game. Obviously, it's a big difference because we're going from like a side scroller to a top down Diablo style kind of fighting style.
Yeah,
I guess
it's an ARPG camera angle, but it's kind of Souls-like combat, really.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Looked really really cool. So gonna be fun to play that when that comes out. But yeah, Fall Guys, I don't know, give it a shot. It's gonna be you'll probably be entertained. For me, it didn't really do anything, but I can definitely see the entertainment value. There's a lot of fun stunts in there that seem to be very well made. So
yeah,
I've seen it. They were well made. I don't know why I said seem.
A bunch of the cast members are like stunt guys too, and it's very much like a rom-com about two pretty people who are falling back in love, as well as like a bit of a love letter to stuntmen and stunt work. So
yeah,
there's a little something for everybody, but I don't think it's going to be anyone's favorite movie of the year.
I don't think so. Metal can't play Ori because he's too gay, but I played them already. I streamed them, I'm pretty sure.
I made the reviews of them that are on Geeks and Gamers.
Oh, there you go.
Both Will o' the Wisps and Blind Forest.
I'll go check that out, you dinguses. Yeah, I called you dinguses.
Will o' the Wisp was a funny one too, because I got a game-breaking bug about a quarter of the way into the game, but the game was so good that I sort of didn't mind. I replayed it.
No, if there's a bug, it's a 0 out of 10 according to Jim Sterling back in the day.
Don't get me wrong, I bring it up as a negative, but I was like, yeah, and I had to go all the way back to the beginning, but I was like, but to be fair, then I was playing it again, and I was like, oh, this game is really good.
Oh well, but yeah, maybe go do that. That's that. Well, I guess there was already the No Rest for the Wicked. I expected you might want to talk about that, but I guess that's all really to say with us right now. I don't think it's like the first chapter they released or something.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten to the end of the content that's there.
Okay.
But it doesn't run great, and it seems like they need to work on some things like the parry timing and stuff, because it's not bad, but it's a little inconsistent, I find.
Okay.
So I have a feeling it definitely has a lot of potential. Like it could end up being a great game, but I think it definitely is early. It's a very early access game right now, even though it looks really nice.
Well. Yeah. Talking about that review with Jim Sterling back then. James just mentioned that he changed it back to a 6 or a 7 apparently. So yeah. Hellblade was a good game. I enjoyed that. The second one is coming out soon-ish. It's also going to be on the Game Pass, actually. So looking forward to play that because I really liked the first one. It was pretty fun. And nice. Crazy. It was a really crazy game. The way they did the whole schizophrenia. You know the words. I can't do words today. Or ever. Yeah, that one.
Or I think it's psychosis.
Psychosis, yeah.
Has.
The way they did it was really cool because they call Jesus Christ, I have like strokes every day currently.
Oh,
But it's fine, Madame Web.
they use the binaural microphones
Yeah.
to use stereo sound in a really cool way, and you either have a really good set of headphones or a very good surround sound system. Senua's Sacrifice is a really cool game to play.
Yeah.
Senua's Saga, I don't think they did a good job marketing that game over the years, because I think they really made it sound like they were expanding the scope much wider than they seem to have, and the recent statements they've made about what kind of game it's going to be, even how much it's costing. I think everyone was expecting it to be like a God of War scale game, where like it's like, okay, you saw her little adventure where she's trying to get rid of her lover's head, and now you see her like actually affecting the world in some way, like we're going on this like odyssey, and apparently it's going to be more similar in scope to Senua's Sacrifice, so that might mean that it's better than it might have ended up being otherwise, but I think it's also not what a lot of people were expecting based on how Microsoft was marketing it.
Right, I see. Apparently, the game will be locked in 30 FPS. I don't like that.
On consoles.
I hope it's only on consoles, because
I
otherwise it would be
only
cringe.
Yeah, God, that would be upsetting too, because Senua's Sacrifice runs really nicely.
Yeah. Actually, that game looks pretty good in 4K and everything up as well. It's a really good looking game.
Yeah, facial capture is incredible in it.
Yeah.
Melanie Jurgensen, I think is the lady's name. I think she's got a really good performance as Senua.
Right. Hey, what do you think about Mufasa, the Lion King?
Oh God, I didn't care at all, because I didn't even end up watching who was it? John Favreau one. Is John Favreau doing this one as well?
I assume so. I thought these are all his babies. I think.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of see. I sort of look at the Disney quote live action, especially for Lion King remakes, as hired gun jobs. Like Guy Ritchie did Aladdin. The guy who made The Gentleman made the Aladdin remake. Metal.
Oh, okay.
What is this world?
I don't know. Oh, John is not doing this one, apparently. Interesting.
Okay, yeah. See, I have a feeling that Disney just hires whoever to make these. Really,
See,
I honestly think that John Favreau probably only made the original one so they could say John Favreau's making this. Hey, he did Iron Man, you know?
Yeah, because he was also high. He was like so high on the first one, and that one still made like shit ton of money for some reason. I remember that now.
Yeah. I didn't watch it, but I did thoroughly enjoy YMS's video on it.
Yeah, it was a good video.
It's it's pretty enlightening about the whole Disney remake situation.
I mean, it's like this. It's like so weird, like that these even exist. I mean, what can be said that we haven't been saying like since these live action remakes started? You don't have the expressions from the cartoons. You don't have the charm. I mean, it's all visually, I guess, kind of impressive, but also looks pretty fake at the same time.
How wild would it have been if they made this movie as a traditional 2D animation?
Dude!
Like, after they had the live action one, they're like, yeah, now we're doing Mufasa, the remake. Had, like, a trailer that begins like this, as if it's just a shot of a live action desert, and they're not desert, sorry, plains, and then just have it hard cut to animation and bring the Elton John song in. I think people would lose their shit.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see, it's so not charming. It just looks, it's like CGI. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah. I was very Timon and Pumbaa in there. Timon and Pumbaa. I want to say the German version every time.
It's what every big budget movie looks like now, including a lot of the live action ones. It all just looks like that kind of animation anyways. So it's not at all special.
Like they're here. Does it even make sense? Like from a timeline? I don't know. I legit have no idea. It might be, but it's just what?
As Timon and Pumbaa are immortal.
Sure, they're from the other universe of.
It's like
the
Bioshock. There's always a marsupial. There's always a warthog.
It's their children. And yeah, they have like this shot here where I mean, you obviously have Rafiki as well. They start with the obviously
Well,
because
I mean,
people
at least
remember that.
at least Rafiki seems like he's old as shit in the normal Lion King movie. That I'll give them that. If he's alive, I'll be like, okay, him being alive when Mufasa was a young man does make some sense. But Timon and Pumbaa, that seems kind of ridiculous. Like they're Simba's contemporaries, right? Or are they supposed to be way older than he is?
I see. That's what I'm confused by. I thought they were like same-ish. I might be wrong, but
I thought. I just kind of think of them as his boys, but like I don't know. Did they like adopt him? Are they his dads?
maybe. I know, it's just so lame. Like, look at this. It's just it looks like a lion. Cool. Where's the expressions? I hate it. It's like
Yeah.
you're losing all these expressions. It's just, and it seems like this time nobody's on board with it. Like it was drowning in dislikes and, oh, hey, let me check the comments. Oh, whoops, they've been turned off.
Well, I mean, I guess the good news is with things like this, getting bombarded with dislikes, it does show that hey, this stuff's not working. You gotta do other things if you wanna make money.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess Timon and Pumbaa are immortal, and I don't know.
We are likely in for another 2 years of mostly stuff like this though. Because things that were being worked on 3 years ago are still happening. They're still coming out, regardless. Unless they pull a Batgirl.
Yeah. So, see, they try to redo like the whole thing with jumping on animals to do stuff. It just looks like this. Like the colors are just not as vibrant. Like it's not like dark or anything, but it's like, oh look, it's all deserty. Oh, look, it's dark.
It doesn't look
thingy.
at all like
it's
real animals
ice.
either. It just it seems like it's got an art style like that Disney movie Dinosaurs from like way back when, where it was like CGI, but they were trying to make it look kind of real.
Yeah.
Or like Final Fantasy Spirits Within.
Yeah. Also, just in general, why are we making this movie? Did we need a Mufasa prequel? But it's like one of these things. You're just milking again, aren't you?
James Earl Jones played Darth Vader, and people love Anakin Skywalker. So, who's the Anakin Skywalker of Lion King? Mufasa, right? He Vadered.
The animated film kept things simple, but leave it to Disney to overcomplicate things and mess it up. Looking at you, Little Mermaid remake. God, that one sucked ass. They added so much bullshit in that movie. It was so awful.
The last one I watched was the Beauty and the Beast one, and I was out. I was like, okay, well, the animation's way better. I'm just not gonna watch these anymore. And
yeah, I've seen the Mermaid one. It was awful.
I was out before Aladdin.
Like Little Mermaid's not even one of the ones that I like the most. Like that I like that much from the animated one, but they fucking butchered that movie in that remake.
The Jasmine girl was really attractive, though. She's the one that's also the Pink Ranger in that shitty Power Rangers movie they made.
Oh, okay. You tell me you didn't like the wah with the wah wah? No, God, it was so so unfunny as well. And they just add like another 30 minutes or even more to that movie, and you're like, why did you do this? It's just Sorry, I just got PTSD from awful movies. The current like to dislike ratio. Do you have the thing installed? I haven't. Hang on, I can't switch the Discord. Let me see. Current ratio. So we have 129,000 likes and 317,000 dislikes. Also, these are approximate numbers because this add-on is not super accurate. But yeah, it's the people are growing tired of this shit. Basically. That's basically it.
Yeah.
It's dislikes above 300,000. Yeah. It's Disney is like losing money left and right currently. It's actually kind of amazing how they keep doing this. I really hope they take the fucking hint and start, writing stories again or something. That would be crazy.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Like, I don't even know what the last thing was that made them money.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Probably. I don't know how well that did. I
heard it was profitable, which is
but it probably was still underperforming to their standards, I imagine.
Very likely, yeah.
I actually liked that movie the first time I watched it, and then I started talking about it. It's like, oh, it's actually kind of shit.
Yeah, I've only seen it the one time. I think I'd probably have to go back and watch it again before I form an opinion. I ended up liking Guardians of the Galaxy 2 a lot more as I watched it.
I rewatched 1 and 2 before this. They're pretty fun. Especially I really like the first one. The second one is a bit weaker, I think, but still enjoyable. And the third one, when I started talking about it, you can guess who I talked about it with. And it's just the fact that they have like the other pirates that have apparently one of the mages that have Doctor Strange magic with the portals. And they don't just teleport into the thing they need and just grab it instantly.
Oh, boy. Well, maybe he's just not very good with it.
Well, it's funny because he's only in the background because they probably thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool if there was like a space version of this Magic Man? But that just completely breaks the movie.
Yeah.
Because even in the universe, we would think, oh, they have like a guy like this, they could make like shit tons of money. It's like, yeah, just pay us X amount of money, and he just teleports in and out of this place and gets you the thing you want.
Yeah, no, it would really trivialize a lot of the crime.
Yeah. Wait until they remake The Lion King 2 and we get to see the actual romance with fewer expressions and more padding. I don't even know if I've ever seen The Lion King 2. I don't remember balls about this.
I think I saw the Aladdin sequels. I did not ever see the Lion King ones.
I like how I'm torturing Chad with this freeze frame currently. Just the baby Mufasa going like, Guardians of the Galaxy did 845 million at the box office. Well, 45.5 million at the box office. Not sure how high the costs were.
I feel like the cost even after marketing wouldn't be higher than that.
No, it's probably. I imagine it's probably going to be like 400 million or something.
Well, I mean, ultimately, Guardians making some money doesn't like it's really not going to be able to balance out what they lost on Dial of Destiny, Marvels. What were they?
Oh yeah, that's not gonna help them out quite a bit.
What were the other ones that came out? The Disney movies that lost money. I think there were 2 others, and now they're totally slipping my mind.
Well, they're very forgettable, so I don't blame you. We got Ant-Man that they all didn't do well.
Yeah, Ant-Man. There was one
Multiverse of Madness.
No,
I don't think that did well.
Yeah.
They're not doing well on any parts. I don't even know how many people watched Loki season 2.
You know what? No, it was the Pixar one, that Elemental, I think. That was another bomb for them.
Guns 1 and 3 is sadly not very good. I like parts that has so many issues. Oh yeah, absolutely. That was one of those movies where I came out of the cinema. I was like, yeah, I enjoyed that. I think it was pretty alright. And then when I started thinking about it, it's like, oh, you know what? It's actually not that great. Because I did my rewatch and I was like, ew.
Yeah, I've only seen it once. I
did a forge on it, so I had to.
I didn't hate Rocket's little side plot.
No, they were right.
That was really kind of emotional and.
I hate the whole. They do like death bait like 3 times in that movie, and they don't go through with it, even though it's like very likely the last one of those.
Death bait is such a problem in MCU.
Especially when you know it's the last one. Like, just kill off those people you can. Like, why didn't you do that? Whatever. I don't want to talk about this movie. It's bad. But yeah, Mufasa, that's coming out. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
You know what I did though, while I was working on the editing, because I used one clip of Kyle MacLachlan in Dune using the voice to split the Fade Rautha's chest open, which, man, it's been a while since I saw that. I was like, oh shit, I don't remember him doing that, but that was pretty cool. But I cut that with a little shot from Twin Peaks, And I ended up watching the entire first season of Twin Peaks. Just
Yeah.
when I was waiting for things to render and stuff, I'd be like, okay, watch a bit more of this. It is a very bizarre show, but it's super funny. And yeah, the mystery is pretty interesting as well. And it's odd though, because I think that it will lose some people in that there's a lot of scenes which are kind of the Room tier in that, but they seem like they're more intentional. Like they're like, this scene is meant to be bizarrely strange and not make too much sense. Like if anyone knows the moment where the uncle hands the father a bread with butter and brie in it, and there's like a 5-minute scene of them just eating these big kind of baguette sandwiches. And it doesn't have any relevance really, but it's just this really kind of strange, awkward sequence. And there's stuff like that happens, but it sort of works while balancing a few very different tones and having a lot of, you know, crime, murder, mystery stuff that's legitimately dark and brutal and fucked up. So yeah, Twin Peaks, David Lynch show from 1990. Would recommend season 1 at least.
Should probably watch it at some point. I'll put it on
Yeah,
my
season
never-ending
one's
list
8
of
episodes.
things I will need to watch.
8 episodes for season 1, so season 1's pretty easy. Season 2's 22 episodes, so it's like a full 1990s TV season. But I'm only 1 episode into that.
I see. It's pronounced bigot sandwich, I think. That's true. That's
Bigot
true.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, shit. I gotta replay Last of Us 2 before season 2 comes out.
It's very likely I'm gonna do my Last of Us arc for the games this year when there's a bigger gap coming up.
I just know I'm gonna end up arguing with people over the Last of Us Part 2 story's quality when season 2 comes out, so I feel like I need to be fresh on my arguments.
Yeah.
Because if I make any mistake, I'm gonna have PlayStation fanboys saying like, "See, he's wrong. It's a masterpiece."
It's a
I'll just
masterpiece.
be like, "No, it's fucking not, though."
Last of Us can go to hell. Wolf says might be fun for you to go through the Plague Tale games. First game is pretty mid, but the sequel kind of kicks ass. I always heard about those games, but I never checked them out.
I wasn't super crazy about Plague Tale Requiem. I thought that I don't know, I remember being a little bit bothered by things, but now I'm kind of forgetting what I disliked about it.
Maybe you
It
were
might have just been
wrong.
some of the, I think it might have been some of the character stuff. Like I think Amicia is kind of a bitch in the second one, where she seemed like she was more altruistic and like actually just trying to help her brother in the first one. But I do remember the puzzles being really awesome.
Nice. Well, maybe I'll check that out. I also put this on my list that is never ending.
Yeah, I mean, like, I appreciate Wolf's opinion, so I think this is gonna make me want to replay it, and I'm pretty sure it's still on Game Pass.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're spitting on Arkham games again. Isn't that nice?
Oh yeah.
So there was a teaser trailer for a new Arkham game, and it was like, ooh, Arkham game. And then they were like, oh, it's VR only. Aww. And at this point, I was like, hey, a new VR game. I might actually get to play a new VR game. So I looked at the teaser trailer, and then it says, only on MetaQuest 3. And I screamed because, and I'm gonna go on a rant here because I've had the Index for like, I don't know, 4 years now, since I moved into this place basically. And it was really fun. I played Beat Saber a whole lot. I played like all like sorcery or whatever it's called, Boneworks, all those games. They're like super fun. But at some point it's like, okay, I played them all hours and hours and hours. It's fine. Let's see what else is out there. And it's like, oh, we got I Expect You to Die, which is a pretty cool like spy-themed puzzle game where you have to escape room kind of dealio. So you kind of sit like in a chair, for example. And it's like, oh, I need to do all these little things, and then you need to steal the launch codes and deactivate the bomb, something like that, you know? Yeah. I was like, okay, that was cool too. What else is there? Oh, there's another game with swords. Oh, there's another game with guns. Oh, there's another game where you can punch people. Okay, do we have anything else?
There's another rhythm game.
I was like, oh, then it's obviously I played Half-Life Alyx because I got the Index and that was included. And Half-Life Alyx is really awesome. By far the best VR game with like an actual game, like the actual like in terms of like an actual game, like a normal game where it's not like you have this little place, like you have level progression, a bit of a story going on, like physics puzzles.
Single player experience game for VR. Half-Life Alyx is absolutely number one as far as everything I played.
Yeah. I said it a couple of times on my streams already. I need to go back and check out a bunch of the mods for that game because people apparently did like lots of crazy things. When I checked it out, there was like a couple of levels where they remade BioShock 1 in VR. So
crazy.
Yeah, in Half-Life Alyx mod. So that's actually kind of interesting to me. I want to check that out and see how that goes. And they apparently did like some other like more levels and more weapons and stuff. So true to Valve and Steam and everything, it's like highly moddable, exactly like Half-Life 2 was and 1 and Gmod. You know, if you know, you know. Gmod and everything, crazy.
One of the things that I've always hated about VR is anytime they add elements of exclusivity to specific.
That's where I was going, and it fucking pisses me off.
Yeah, it's the stupidest thing.
You have a niche market in VR that is pretty hard to get into because, especially a couple of years ago, those things were expensive. Now with the Meta Quest and stuff, it's more affordable, but it's still $200-$300, I think, like a new Meta Quest, right?
Yeah, although you can get a 2 for not very expensive.
Yeah, you can get like old versions,
like secondhand market.
But it's still like it's not like a little amount of money. You have to take a little bit of money. And I was like, okay, I want to do VR, but I don't want to get like one of the cheap ones. I want to take some money in my hand and get the good one. So it's like, I'm gonna dish out, what was it, like €1,200 back in the day?
Yeah.
Around about.
I
get 2 base stations, the index,
controllers,
and the controllers,
and Half-Life Alyx.
And Half-Life Alyx, exactly. I was like, awesome.
Even though Half-Life Alyx wasn't out when you could get the headset, but it was still like you just had the pre-order for Half-Life Alyx included with your index because you order the index through Steam.
Yeah. I think when I got it, Alex was already out, so I could just play it immediately.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I was like, okay, I'm gonna spend some money. I got like the high resolution headset. I don't have like the goopy one where I have to log into stupid Meta and Facebook and whatnot. I can just pop it on my PC, and I can mod stuff. I can do all kinds of things. Watch fucking porn. I don't know, whatever you want to do with VR. I can do whatever the fuck I want because it's on my PC. And, well, recently it's just been lying around because, well, no games really came out that interested me. So I was like, oh, VR. Arkham game. I like Arkham. Batman is cool. Well, we can do some fun stuff with this. No, MetaQuest 3. And this, exclusivity. Why you go into this VR niche market where it's hard to get into, and it's like, oh, there's a game. Yeah, but you can only play it on PlayStation VR. Oh, you can only play this one on MetaQuest 3 and have to log into your Facebook. And you can only play this one on here and there and there and there. And apparently seemingly it's not easy to mod the games to just make them run on PC. Because I checked online. It's like, is there any way for me to get a cracked version for a Quest 3 file and just play it on my index? Because I just want to see if the game is any good.
Well,
apparently not.
For a while, there's some middleware that you could use called Revive, because the Vive was the original like Steam VR integrated headset that HTC made until Valve decided to just make their own hardware.
Right.
But with Revive, I used to play a Quest game or an Oculus game, I guess it was Oculus at the time, called Robo Recall. That was not supposed to be on Steam VR, but I was able to play it through Steam VR using Revive. So I don't know if there's anything like that you can do for it, but I hear that the exclusives for Quest 2 and 3 are more difficult to do that with because of the way they're like designed. Because the Quests are not only a headset, they're their own hardware as well. So they're running the game in addition to displaying the game. Now, you can also use a Quest 3 at least, not a PlayStation VR at this point, though I hear they're talking about adding integration for it. With the MetaQuest, you can plug it into your PC and just use it as the Steam VR headset. So you can still play Half-Life Alyx if you have a Quest, but you can't necessarily play Resident Evil 4 VR if you have an index. And I'm talking about the original Resident Evil 4, because if you want to play Resident Evil 4 original in VR, you need a MetaQuest, and if you want to play the remake in VR, you need a PlayStation 5 VR, PlayStation VR 2.
And from what I hear, the PSVR 2 is pretty good, but it's very expensive, and in the end, not really worth it.
Incompatible with PC. Yeah. Now, if they do make it so that you can use the PSVR 2 on your PC and play all the Steam VR games as well, I think that would make it a much better value proposition. But Sony and their exclusivity, gotta buy a $500 console and a $700 VR headset.
Yeah, it's really annoying, because I remember when it's like, oh, there's gonna be a Hitman VR, that could be fun. I think is it on Steam now? The VR Hitman thing? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But I think it wasn't very good anyway. So
I hear that was also PlayStation VR exclusive. Yeah. I know Resident Evil 7's VR mode is still PlayStation VR 1 exclusive. And Resident Evil 7's on PC, so rocky.
Yeah, so exclusivity is always really cool and fun, and it's there's nothing really happening in the VR sphere right now. That's super interesting. There's like a stalker type game coming out at some point that a friend of mine has been looking out for.
Metro, it's Metro.
No, not Metro. It's like another one.
Metro. It does have a VR game coming out though.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about Into the Radius. I think is the game's name. I think there's a second one coming out that has multiplayer as well. So that might be interesting. Maybe it would be fun for multiplayer, but that's like the only one I've been hearing about. As I said, I need to play the third one of the I Expect You to Die, because those were pretty fun puzzle games.
Oh yeah, I played the first one. I liked it.
Yeah, I played the second one as well. It's pretty good. They're really cool puzzle games. Probably my favorite puzzle games on VR currently.
There are puzzle games where you're basically James Bond after being put in an easily escapable situation involving an overly elaborate and exotic death.
Pretty much. Like there's one in the first one where you're in like a little submarine, and it starts breaking, and you have to get out of there and then fire a flare, get back to the surface, stuff like that. It's pretty fun. Like you're on a timer and everything. It's it's pretty cool. Second one was pretty good too. It was a bit bigger in the levels as well. And I haven't tried the third one yet, but I will.
I still have to play the second one.
Yeah, I would recommend. It's still fun. I wonder if they still stuck the landing on the third one, but I mean, if they just do more of the same and it keeps it interesting, it feels almost feels like a Portal kind of dealio. Where it's like, just give me more levels, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what this Arkham game is even going to be. Cause we got Suicide Squad that shot on Arkham games. Now they get a VR game that you can only play on MetaQuest. They're not doing the Arkham verse any favors these days.
Yeah, Warner Interactive is a very, very weird company these days.
Yeah.
I played Mortal Kombat 1, and man, if you'd ever wondered what the Disney Star Wars version of Mortal Kombat would be like, or like Mortal Kombat trying to do the most backwards ass multiverse MCU shit, yeah, play Mortal Kombat 1. That's
I think I saw a meme.
Experience.
I think I saw a meme play that. It was really funny.
Oh god, it was so bad. Tekken 8 is good. I recommend playing Tekken 8, everybody, if you want to play a fun fighting game campaign that goes crazy. Even though there's a really shit segment where you have to... It turns into like a beat 'em up, but I was playing it on an arcade stick, and the controls are really not built for playing the beat 'em up segment with an arcade stick, so there was one part of the game I didn't really like, but the rest of it was a blast.
Nice. I need to hear these guys talk about Knuckles because people are actively defending it. I mean, I had no intention of watching that show, to be quite honest.
I haven't even seen the second Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
I've seen it. I mean, they're okay. They're fine-ish.
I didn't mind the first one. Went to go see that in the theater with X-Ray Girl on one of our first dates, actually. And
they have like all these weird human stories going on that are like super weird, and I don't know. It almost feels like a shitty Godzilla thing. It's like, let's go to these humans that no one cares about because they're on the wedding or something. I don't even remember. I remember that was being annoying, but yeah, Jim Carrey as Robotnik is just really funny. I just like him.
Yeah, he was hilarious in the first one too.
I'm still heartbroken that they made Sonic look good. If they kept him ugly, would have been phenomenal meme movies.
Yeah. There probably wouldn't have been a second one if they did that.
No, yeah. Oh, man. What else has been going on? Oh, yeah. Hey, remember our friend Denims from back on the Reaction Wars?
Oh, yeah, it's the only way. Like, she came up this week, and it's the only reason I knew her was from Mufasa.
Same. Because she was kind of joking around. Because, Grums has been going around doing the whole petition with Stellar Blade and whatnot to see that they change it back or whatever exactly it was. And apparently on stream, she said she put out a bounty on his head to kill him for like 30.
Well, she was commenting on the bounty that was put on his head by another person.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I got that wrong.
To be good faith to Denims, watching the clip, it does seem pretty clear that she's joking. Although what she's joking about is not at all something you should be joking about on the internet, when some people might not know you're joking and they might be crazy. Because it sort of sounds like she just upped the ante by 10 grand and said, yeah, get him.
Oh, no. Yeah, there's like freaks out there. There's like, I'm going to make the meme reality. I'm an idea. It happens, but yeah. Apparently, nothing happened to her for that. Like, no one got banned, I think. She deleted all the videos and stuff. And that was that. It's just one of the things where you just have to wonder, wow, what if it would have been the other way around? That would have been looked very differently, wouldn't it?
I don't think that would have gone well for whoever was on the other side of it.
Yeah.
And everybody, you should never do stuff like that. It's not a good idea to say things like that on the internet.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a small little thing that also happened. That was what was going around? Like a hashtag Twitch supports murder or something. It was like, jeez. Dude, Twitch has taken L after L after L like almost every month. It's just insane. $1 bounty on metal. This is a joke.
I'm controlling a growling puppy.
Oh God. Jeez, the puppy is out for the bounty. God damn. But yeah, that's God, I don't even know. It's just cringe. Why can't they just all be normal?
I just realized X-Ray Girl's mic was on, even though mine was muted. I was like, how? Why am I still going green? What the hell?
Why am I going green? Where can I find these denim leaks? What? I don't know if these things were leaked. I don't know. Wait, are you talking about different kinds of leaks? Because that's not what I've been
talking about. Different kinds
that's
of
not
leaks.
what I'm talking about. Even for $1, no self-respecting assassin will take that. That's true. Moose will assassinate himself with all this cringe. Yeah, only $5, and I Sudoku myself in Minecraft.
I believe I've calmed the puppy. Good girl, Jojo.
But yeah, I mean, that was basically like all the big things that have been going on over the last week or week and a half. Obviously, the Stellar Blade stuff is gonna
if I watched anything else. Yeah, I mean, Stellar Blade, obviously, like we could talk a fair amount about that, but that's gonna be the whole episode.
That's a whole episode. You know what I watched instead of the Fallout show? I mean, that wasn't the last week. That was like a bit further back. Because I watched the first episode of the Fallout show, I was like, I don't really care. I think it's kind of stupid. I'll watch something else. I watched Police Squad, all 6 episodes.
Huh.
And that was really funny. That's a really funny show from back in the day. It's just
I'm three
if you've
episodes
seen
behind on Shogun, everybody. So I have been watching Shogun, but I've not seen the last few episodes, and I was just gonna marathon it maybe today. I might finish Stellar Blade on my stream after this, and then Shogun complete.
Yeah, I need to go back. I haven't watched more since we talked a little bit about On the Forge, but I really liked it, so I have to go back and watch it. But I've been just punching the microphone just now, and also been knee deep in Stellar Blade and all the other stuff, so I didn't really have the time.
I finished Free Ren Beyond Journey's End. That was it was quite good. A lot of really good character stuff in Free Ren. It's not a very plot based show, but it sort of deals with following this immortal elven battle mage after a Lord of the Rings scale conflict, and her kind of coming to terms with how she views relationships and humanity and mortality while interacting with a bunch of different characters who kind of have their own little journeys that unfold over the course of things. And you think she's just this kind of like dainty small elf girl, but she's an unbelievably powerful mage that just fucks people up. And yeah, once you start getting that to that part in the show, you'll find you'll be grasped a lot more. But it's very it's very relaxed paced. Nice. Like it's like a slice of life type show where they just go on these little adventures while going on kind of an overarching journey where they have a destination, but not really any sense of extreme urgency, I guess. And yeah, it was all right.
Nice. Well, Police Squad. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
If you've seen The Naked Gun, it's basically what came before it. Basically, it's like 6 episodes. It's all the same kind of deal. There's lots of physical jokes going on. A lot of things in the background you see here and there. A lot of play of words. Like it's a very specific kind of comedy. It's really fucking funny. Like there's stuff in the background where there's a clock on the wall. Just it looks like a normal clock, but the numbers are like all jumbled up. So it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 1, 7, 12, 9, 8, 1. You know, it's like all wrong. You got like a door that
disorienting.
Yeah, you got like a door in the background that says Police Squad, but if you look at it, you see that the police is, you can read the police, but the other, like the squad is like mirrored, so you could only read it from the outside. So it's like all kinds of things like this. Or they offer someone like a coffee. It's like, coffee? They hold like in their direction, and they just look at it, it's like, yeah, I know. And they just keep talking about what they were talking. It's like stuff like that. It's like a specific kind of comedy you don't get anymore. It's really cool. You have this running gag going on where like every episode he goes to the guy who like shines shoes for like infos on the street. And it's like, oh yeah, he's like on the street all the time. He gets like all these little tidbits. But every time he leaves, like some other guy with a certain profession gets there. Like at one time you have like a doctor coming in. It's like, hey, what do you know about I don't know, what was it? What do you know about C-sections? And the guy's like, I don't know. What would I know about it? And just gives him like a 20, and it's like, well, you need to do this, and this. Or one time, like some religious guy comes in, and it's like, oh, what is the meaning of life? And it's like, what would I know? It's like, gives him a 20. It's like, are you looking?
And he just knows the answer to anything.
Are you looking for like the reason of Buddhism or like the Christian kind of deal? It's like stuff like that. Or one time, like a firefighter comes on. It's like, oh, this building's on fire. He like, is it safe to go there? It's like, nah, what would I know? I just shine shoes. And again, gives him a 20. Well, there's the door over there. You need to look out for this. It's like in every episode, there's one thing. It's like really funny.
That's a good running gag.
Yeah. They also make the other running gag is at the beginning every time. You know, like back in the days, they always had like starring celebrities or whatever, right? So they had like, and then every episode in the beginning is like, also starring I don't know, who was on there? Doesn't matter. Let's just say Will Wheaton. He wasn't alive then, I think, but it's like it's not a name that came in my mind. And then every time it's like on screen, William Shatner. Yeah, he was there. There you go. like William Shatner, and he's like there. It's like, yeah, everyone's like clapping, and then every time they get killed by something, immediately, like they get shot or like something falls on them, and they're not in the episode at all. It's just not in the beginning every time. Like, also, William Shatner, and then he just gets shot. It's just really funny. This is also where the running gag comes from. Every time he parks somewhere, he like drives into like trash cans and pushes them over with it. That's where that comes from. That happens almost every time he stops somewhere. It's just stuff like that. Or when there's
He thinks the traffic, the trash cans are the target for parking.
Yeah. Like in the first episode, they have like a shootout, and they're like basically right in front of each other, and they keep missing each other, and it's like hiding by the park bench, and it's like they just should hit them every time. They also both have like infinite ammo and everything. I can highly recommend it. It's like 25 minutes per episode. It's a super easy watch. So funny. They don't make shows like this anymore. And then go watch The Naked Gun. Those movies are amazing as well. It's like one gag I remember from The Naked Gun, which always always great. It's like in the background. You know how they do like these chalk outlines for corpses?
Yeah.
They had like in there's a scene that's at the water, and they just have like a floating white chalk outline on the water because someone fell in there. It's so good. It's so funny. But yeah, it's very fun. It's very fun. I need to see if I can get like a physical copy of that. I don't know if those are even available
DVD
anymore.
It'll probably be your best bet.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like that's not the kind of show that would have made it to Blu-ray. Although, I mean, I don't know. You might be surprised.
Yeah. And I don't think it's available anywhere, so you have to find it online somewhere. I mean, I wouldn't know where, but I'm sure you can find it because it's not streamed anywhere. So definitely need to go find it somewhere else, I'm afraid.
Brad here says DVD on eBay.
Yeah.
4K VHS.
I mean, it's so old you can probably find it on YouTube, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised. Police Squad. Full episodes. Well, it seems it's just on YouTube somehow. So maybe check that out. But it seems it's not like available anywhere properly, much like all the Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Nintendo has been doing Nintendo things too.
Yeah.
They've been going around
500 forks of yuzu or DMCA'd.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
Oh, okay.
They've been going after Gmod and told them they have to get rid of everything Nintendo related, the mod. So if you have a little Link skin on your Gmod character, not anymore.
Yeah.
Better get rid of that. But yeah, DMCA is striking all those forks. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, the fact that there's 8,500 on them is like, Nintendo, you're not going to stop them all.
They're
like,
just going to do more forks.
You're cutting heads off a Hydra right now.
Now Gmod Workshop is filled with fucking Nintendo stuff. Yeah. Nintendo, you're not making it easy to be likable, like ever. I really like your games, Nintendo, but fucking hell. You need to calm down. You need to calm the F down and give me a way to buy your games, please. And I don't mean emulation that I can only play if I buy your super duper subscription, you fucks.
If Nintendo made it their policy to just have a game come to Steam after it's been out for 5 years, I think most people would be fine with that. Like, I don't even think Nintendo fanboys would really care all that much. Like, is anyone here right now going to buy a Switch for Breath of the Wild today? Not for Tears of the Kingdom, for Breath of the Wild. It's like, I don't think so. I really think most of the people who want to play Breath of the Wild have already played it. So why not just let everybody on PC buy it too?
Yeah.
At this point, right? See, Rocky gets it.
It would be really nice if Nintendo could they just stop being a shit company for once. Yeah, that's true. It's funny that Sony and Nintendo are flaming about, and Xbox just like, we might put Steam client on Xbox. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be a baller move. That would be ballin' hard. But yeah. What else? What have I been up to as well? Oh, I've been offline. That's something I've been playing offline. I've been playing Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes.
Oh, you've been playing that?
Yes, I've been playing it offline because I've seen Weekend Warrior talk about it, and he said it's apparently like Suikoden.
Suikoden, yeah. It's I've played a fair amount of Eiyuden Chronicles Rising, the side-scroller prequel.
Okay.
But I haven't played 100 Heroes yet.
Because that is on Game Pass, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I feel like playing like some kind of JRPG that's not like super annoying like the more modern ones that I don't like that much. It reminds me also of Suikoden, but it also reminds me of the fact that I once owned a physical copy of Suikoden 1, and I don't have it anymore, and that makes me very sad because it's very rare. Oh. I'm pretty sure I borrowed it to some friendo that I don't know where he is anymore right now. So I don't know. It's probably somewhere, but not in my place anymore.
Apparently, it's Eiyuden.
Eiyuden. Yeah, I don't know. They should make games that are better pronounceable. I don't know. Eiyuden. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it's a very cozy game. I'm probably gonna play it today because I'm not gonna stream Stellar Blade after this. The last couple of days I played Stellar Blade like 20 hours on stream. I just want to chill out.
I gotta catch up on my stream time. I did not stream much while in the editing vault.
Basically, if you know the game loop of Suikoden, you go around. Something is going awry in some kingdom, and you need to build like an army / castle / team. And the whole gimmick is, well, you go around the countryside, around the world, the map, and you find all kinds of characters, and you get, 100 different characters you can recruit to your cause, and put them in your team, and they have their own move sets and stuff a little bit. I say a little bit because they mostly attack and have a different animation, and then you can basically customize them with whatever runes you have. And later on in the game, you get to build a castle, a castle and a city, basically. And you have to go around, find certain people, because if you don't have them, you can't build this wood chipping storage thingy, because you need someone to manage it. And it's managed by some character you need to find in the world somewhere. And then you need to get resources and dungeons and stuff like that. And then you can like build your little kingdom, and it's I don't know, it's kind of fun. It's also a very normal kind of JRPG turn-based combat. It's the completely classic. You have your little menu, you tell your guy to attack the other guy, and then they all attack the guy. When they're done, it's the next turn.
Do they have the combo attacks, like where you can do team-ups with two of them?
It's hero combos, I think they call it there. I need to fuck around more with that because I kind of forgot about them.
Rising has some of the town building elements too, although it's really just you're doing quests to earn these stamps that eventually let you like upgrade things in the town and help people get shops started. So. But it's like almost like a Metroidvania type game as far as the way the gameplay is. I wouldn't call it a Metroidvania exactly, but yeah, it's not too bad though. Nice art.
Nice. But yeah, I've been just playing that, just kind of, I don't know, just farming some enemies, go get some resources, and build your little thing. And I think as the more you build your base, the bigger your army gets later on, because there's like sections where you have to do some kind of strategic combat, but it's very basic. Like you have archers, you have soldiers. I guess later you get like magic and all kinds of other things. I basically only the tutorial section of that, where it's just like move the thing there and raise that bar to win the fight or something. It's very basic, but it's kind of fun. It's not bad. Also, hey Fortia, how are you doing?
Hey Fortia.
Yeah, it's just very cozy game. It needs some quality of life things though. It has like this weird thing where you can't like spam through the menus. You know, when you know it's like, oh, those are like all small time enemies. I'm just gonna attack them all. You have to do it like in the rhythm. You can do like dick 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 dick, and the 6 characters in your party, so you have to do it for everything. You can't just go like drrrr. And I haven't figured out how to tell your auto, because you can do auto battle, but I can't seem to figure out how to tell them to just use the normal physical attacks. They always use their rune attacks.
They'll use resources. I hate when
you can
that happens.
you can tell them to not use MP, and that works. But I haven't figured out how to do it that they only use their normal slashy attacks, because I just want to kill them fast. But yeah, that's, I don't know. So it seems like it's kind of bound to the camera, because you can see the camera move back and forth real quick, and you can only click further when the camera went back to the character, and then you can go back. Bam, 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 bam. I feel like this is like, yeah.
Cinematic flair and at the cost of gameplay efficiency.
Yeah, and also I feel like the menus are a bit unresponsive in general. Like, it always seems like if you hit the R button for the next menu, it always takes like half a second to get there, and you can't go through them quickly, because if I know it's like, oh, I need to go to the third menu, I can't go 1, 2, 3. I have to do like 1, wait, 2, wait, 3. I was like, oh yeah, just let me go there immediately. Like, I know how many times I have to press. It's like small things like this that are a bit
They can't
annoying.
even use the camera angle excuse there. That's just dumb.
Yeah, it's like small things would make it a bit more fluent, a bit smoother, I guess. Also, there's some weird technical things going on. So they have like a 30 and 60 FPS mode, but apparently that's like some weird VSync going on. So 60 is like you can use the highest possible frame rate available to the game, and 30 is like half of that. So it's kind of weird, because apparently you don't want to go. I had to look that up, because I had very little encounters. I was like, what is going on? Why is it so little? It seems like something is bugged. And apparently, if your frame rate is too high, you don't get a lot of random encounters, because it's bound to the FPS. And 60 FPS, not 60. So 60 FPS seems to be more like 120 FPS, and 30 is 60-ish. So you want to be as close as possible to 60 to get the correct amount of random encounters. It's really weird. I put it to 30, and it's definitely more than 30. It's like 60 at least.
That seems very, very awkward design.
Yeah, apparently there was an issue in the preview version already, but it still seems to be an issue. I don't know. So it's really weird. So I have it on 30, which is not 30. It's definitely more. There's no FPS count, unfortunately, so I don't know how much it is exactly, but it's definitely more than 30. It's not 30. I could tell. So yeah, I have it on quote-unquote 30, and now I have more encounters, so I actually get levels now. It was really weird, because I went through all these dungeons, like, why is there nothing happening? Like, this seems bugged, and, well, it was. But, yeah, that's what I've been playing offline.
Sorry, I've got barking puppy.
Yeah. And I also, because James have been talking about it, about Crab Souls. It's like a little game about a crab that controls like a Souls game. And I don't know, it seems kind of fun. I played it for like an hour-ish, just kind of fucked around with it. You have to dodges, you have your blocks and stuff. Your shield is your shell that you need to find somewhere. For a while, you only get like a can, because they've stolen your shell. Yeah, I don't know, it just seems very, very, very basic Souls-likey, but it seems very competent in what it wants to do.
Oh, that's good.
So I kind of checked it out offline. I wasn't in the mood to start another Souls-like game while I was playing Stellar Blade, so I might check it out later again. But I don't know, it's on Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, might as well check it out. It's an easy grab.
Yeah, it is a really good thing about Game Pass.
Yeah.
Games that you might not want to put money up for, you could still kind of give them a shot.
Exactly. There's a lot of bosses. Yeah. I think James has been playing this like nonstop offline. The game looks stupid. Wow, but yeah, that's so mean. That's so mean. Oh my god. That is Moodle speak for I'm going to forget this. Maybe.
I find I usually will remember I've played a game if someone mentions a game. Like I could tell you I've played it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever forget that you've played a game?
Or
Or
I
forget
probably.
a game which you have played?
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't know because I forgot.
Well, like, did you ever get reminded of one and be like, "Oh my god, yeah, I forgot I even played that game."
Dark Souls 2, I will never forget I played that game.
Yeah, no one will.
I will play it at least one more time when I get to 10,000 subs. That was a promise I made a long time ago, and I'm doing it. The money I'd pay to forget I've played Dark Souls 1. Oh, getting through that game for the first time again. Feels great.
Good video game.
Moodle has never played a video game in his life. It's all AI. I've never actually played video games. I forgot I played Horizon Zero Dawn. It was kind of meh. I still need to play those. Might depend how much you played it. Hey, Trooper, how you doing, man?
I think it's very possible our neighbors are having a yard sale or something because Rocky is losing his shit at the front door right now.
Oh, God. Yeah. Have you been playing anything offline, or have you just been in the editing dungeons and Stellar Blade?
Pretty much just editing dungeons. I did fiddle around with a bunch of Fallout games while in editing dungeons. Jesus, Rocky.
They're going ham over there, jeez.
Yeah, now they're going nuts. I don't, like this might be someone coming to our door now.
You better get your guns ready. They're coming for you.
I played a lot of Fallout games while working on Mahler's video.
Even Drinker couldn't get Moodle to 10K. Good. I mean, he didn't like promote me or anything. I don't know why you would say that. I was just hanging out there. I don't go there for like exposure. I go there if I'm invited and it's fun. I would be at 10K if I would have more videos. That's the gist of it, and I'm working on that. But yeah, if you well, I guess that's all the topic I have. I went for everything I had wanting to.
I don't think I have any other ones. I mean, I did fire up Final Fantasy 14 for the first time in a month, which made me realize I might have just wasted a month of subscription on it. But yeah, chipping away at Stormblood.
Yeah.
Didn't really do a whole lot though. Just got through a couple sequences. It's a fun game, but it's a lot of time involved.
Mm-hmm. You get there when Drinker remembers you're invited. That's true.
Yeah, I've never been on open bar, but I like it. I watch it a lot.
That was one time. I think it was not last time. The time before that, I was at Buple's, and we watched the weird Witcher 4-episode thingy. I forgot what it was called.
That sucked. The Blood Origin or something like that.
Yeah. And then I think there was something else we watched with Drinker, and he wanted to talk about it on on the bar. I was on the bar the week before, and then the next week, it was planned that I was on there, and then I was like, I opened up the page like, hey, usually I'm not on the description. Does he really know I'm gonna be there? It's like, oh wait, let me check. And apparently Drinker asked, oh, have you seen the thing we want to talk about? It's like, that's
great, mate, but who's like, Metalcommander?
No, it's like, dude, we all watched that together. He was there. He's like, oh. That's really funny. But yeah, so then I was on that Forge, I say, on that open bar. That was funny.
Forge is our show.
But yeah, Witcher Season 4 of Liam is going to be turbo cringe. I'm not going to watch that unless, well, I say that. I get forced to watch stuff sometimes, so you know what? I don't plan to watch it.
I sat through just bits and pieces of Season 3 while X-Ray Girl was watching it, and I couldn't deal with it. It was terrible. It was like very, very bad. It was as bad as Blood Origin. It's just Blood Origin, but it's the show now, and Henry Cavill's there.
Yeah. Models has like 5 games to play on stream. God. Oh well, it's all good fun. It's all good fun. But yeah, I'll be planning like some time of Drinkle stream this month because we have a lot of free holiday thingies this month. So I want to see if I can get some people together to do finally do another Drinkle stream. Well, last one was on my birthday, and it was already almost 3 months ago again.
That was fun.
Yeah, those ones are really fun. I'm gonna see when the next Fleam is, and then I need to see who is available. I always want to get Az on, but he's always busy the days I do them. I think he told me the best days for him like Tuesday and Thursday, so maybe I can make something work with that. I don't know. We'll see.
I drank a hell of a lot in Las Vegas, so I've been taking it pretty easy since I've gotten home. But yeah, if I've got some notice, I can prepare my liver.
Yeah. But yeah, I will let everybody know how that one goes. Well, other than that, I've just been streaming Stellar Blade a lot. Tomorrow I'll be back with another Stellar Blade thingy. Plan is collecting the rest of the cans I don't have. Get that outfit. It seems like I've done all the side quests now. I need to check a mission list here.
There was one locker code that I couldn't get in the Wasteland. I have no idea where it is. And I didn't do the fishing, and there was one other.
Yeah. Gonna see, because there was some in 8.7. When you go back to that flooded city, there was like 2 or 3 missions that I did. So I need to see if there's other ones on maps that don't have a map, basically.
That don't have an icon?
Well, you don't have a map in 8.7 and Matrix 11.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And in 8.7, when you go back to that flooded city, there's like 2 people that have a quest down there. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna finish that up tomorrow because I do want to start up a hard mode playthrough before the Forge, see how that goes. But I've been very thorough with my playthrough. I mean, as I said before, my shortest stream of the 6 was like 5.5 hours. All the other ones were like 8 to 10 hours. So I've been playing this game a lot. It's really fun. It's a really gamey game.
Yeah.
I really, really like it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think the combat system in it is very, very engaging. You've got a lot of tactical options, and it's fun to mix them up.
But yeah, as soon as I'm done with that, I can go back to my video and finally start editing. But Stellar Blade was a much higher time commitment than I thought it would be. I thought it would be like a 20 to 30 hour thing in and out. I didn't expect it to have that many side quests and everything. So
yeah, and a couple of just massive open world sections.
And there's still more for me to see, I'm sure. But yeah, it's fun stuff. More of that tomorrow. Other than that, next week Forge with said people, Weekend Warrior and Dev. That should be fun. And Swell is gonna join us as well. And maybe Mauler. I'm gonna ask him again closer, but we shall see if he is gonna be available. Yeah. What do you plan? Your plans, Mark? Anything going on?
Well, I'm planning on right after this, I'm gonna get my PS5 set up and then probably go live on my channel and get through the end game section of Stellar Blade because
nice.
On my previous stream I went past the point of no return. So I know that I can't have anything to do other than go through dungeons and fight bosses.
Yeah.
So
apparently,
I mean, for all I know, it's like another 8 hours. But my plan is to just go through it till I finish it.
Someone in my chat
that'll start shortly.
Someone in my chat told me that apparently you can go back at some point again. So maybe I don't know.
Really?
I don't know when it is. Apparently Lily stops you at some point and talks to you, and maybe you can go back. I haven't confirmed that, but that's what someone said.
Well, I mean, then I won't commit to absolutely finishing it then. So if on my stream that happens, and I do have the option to end that stream at that, Jesus Christ. If I do have the option to end that stream at that point and then go back and do the fishing side quest, I'll go do that and then see what I can do about finishing the game later that night or the next day.
Oh my God, they're going crazy.
Yeah, they're not having a good time.
Poppers, no. Anyway, let's go through the super chat. Yeah, go check that out. And after that, that's probably gonna be only a couple of minutes after we're done here. I'll be back tomorrow with that.
If I don't end up talking on the stream all that much, it's because the puppies are still barking at whatever the hell's going on our street today.
Let's see. We got $5 from James. Thank you very much. Apparently, newest X-Men episode, Magneto says a movie Bob-like line and EMPs the world, killing millions, possibly billions. And Twitter says he's right. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I had no plans of watching that show, and it seems like that was a good decision. Sounds like that was very cool indeed. Yeah, awesome. We got 5 gifted memberships by Chibi. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And 1 month of bearded fleaminess by Rio Planeswalker. Thank you very much. Oh god, I was gifted a membership to the Snowy German Flea Man. Yeah, that does happen. You need to find the assassin that shot you with that. Well, it was probably Chibi, actually, now I think about it. Anyway, another $5 by James Moore. Thank you very much. Everyone, just chilling. Sony drops 4 controversies in under a week.
Yeah, seriously.
We got 2 US by Han Shot Last. Hail, the victorious dead. Yes. And we got 18 months membership of Flim Flam Variety by Not So Grump. Thank you very much. Mark hasn't seen Smiling Friends. Get him. Oh, you need to watch that. That shit is funny as shit. I love that show.
Okay, I'll put Smiling Friends on my list too. I do gotta finish Shogun though. I think I need to finish Shogun before I do anything.
Smiling Friends is an easy watch. Those are like 20-minute episodes as well. It's like 8 or something. Okay. I have the Blu-ray here as well. That shit is great. It's really, really funny.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Well, we do have an HBO app thing in Canada, so I might just be able to watch it legit.
Nice. Oh, it's 10 minutes. Oh, my bad. It's pretty short.
10-minute episodes? Oh, okay. Yeah, so then you're right. Yeah. I could probably watch that first.
Another 5 by James. Thank you very much. Sony won't reverse the choice until after the financial report on the 14th if they decide to at all. Literally everyone complains about third-party login. Yeah. I don't understand. The people that say, like, nobody's saying anything. It's like, no, everybody was annoyed with this. You might have not said anything, but I've been complaining about it since it started because it's annoying as balls. We got 2 Canadian by Sparks. Thank you. Can we just agree community managers are just bad? Yeah, it seems like most of the community managers you've seen things about these days are just like cringe.
Oh, my wife's friend Kara's pretty cool.
Fine.
She's a community manager.
I just have to believe you.
I don't know. Again, anecdotal, but you know, I know one cool one.
Well, hashtag not all community managers or something.
Yeah, a lot of them seem to be fucking up hard, though. That much is true.
Jose with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. And then we get a last one by Hyperbolic Ninja, $5. Thank you very much. Let's get Metalcommander to 10k so we can make him play Dark Souls 2. Also, we'll play it for the first time then too. Oh boy. I'm so sorry to hear that. I need to time it in a way so I can actually do it with Mauler, because the plan was kinda that he's gonna join me on that. That would be funny. For Tia, I might rope you into that as well if you don't run away, if you're still here. For old time's sake, for the old crew.
I'm just like backing up into the corner, my coat collar in front of my face.
Yeah, but I think the idea was for like the old crew from the video, you know, back in the day from the Dark Souls 2 video.
Yeah.
So like us 3 doing that, I think it could be really funny. The pain, the absolute pain.
Well, I'll be sure to tune in for Shrine of Mamana.
Yeah, that's probably going to be at least 2 streams anyway, because that game is fucking long. There's so many bosses. Well, I say bosses lightly. Most of them are just, wow, look, there's 15 rats. Kill them. Don't get ganked. Oh, I hate that game. That's gonna be an adventure. But then everybody finally has a recorded version of the Dark Souls 2 experience, because my old stream is lost to time. Yeah. It'll be a whole weekend. Yeah, probably. I'd be willing to actually take days off for that, for like the event.
I have all my boss fights of my playthrough of it on my old channel.
Nice. Let's see. I think that was the last super chat. Yes. Well, with that said, we're out of here. Go to Mark's. He's gonna be on there soon with more Stellar Blade, and I'll be back tomorrow with Stellar Blade as soon as I'm off work. And I'm gonna finish that up, and then more Stellar Blade until the Forge happens, doing the hard mode stuff.
We're going to have a very beautiful Korean week.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. All right, well, that's that for today. I hope everybody enjoyed the little, I don't know, mishmash of all the topics. I think it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Especially there's interesting topics to talk about like this week. And yeah, next week, Stellar Blade Forge. Come check that out. In the meantime, you'll find us on our channels. Catch you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.